1800 hours, Pakistan Standard Time. Assalamu alaikum. This is Radio Pakistan. The news read by Ayesha Nayab. First, the headlines. Pakistan and Turkey have signed preferential trade agreement to boost trade in goods between the two countries. Prime Minister says agreement signed between Pakistan and Turkey will help increase bilateral trade by $5 billion in the next 3 years. All is set to celebrate Diamond Jubilee, the 75th Independence Day of Motherland, on Sunday with renewed national zeal and fervour. Army Chief has stressed to maintain consensus on collective defence of global commons and uphold the prestige of international law to maintain world peace. All Parties Hurriyat Conference has appealed to the people of Indian illegally occupied Jammu and Kashmir to observe India's Independence Day on Monday as Black Day. United Nations has termed the killing of innocent Palestinians as deeply disturbing and unconscionable. And now the news in detail. Pakistan and Turkey have signed the preferential trade agreement aimed at boosting trade in goods between the two countries. Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif witnessed the inking of a preferential trade agreement at a ceremony held in Islamabad today as the visiting Trade Minister of Turkey, Dr. Mehmet Mos, and Minister for Commerce, Syed Naveed Qamar, signed the agreement. Trade in Goods Pact PTA includes comprehensive provisions on bilateral safeguards, balance of payment exceptions, dispute settlement, and periodic review of the agreement. Prime Minister Mohammad Shehbaz Sharif, in his remarks on this occasion, termed the agreement a milestone in the brotherly and historic relations between Pakistan and Turkey. Trade Minister of Turkey, Dr. Mehmet Mos, thanked Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif for his leadership to seal the agreement for the betterment of the two countries and enhancing linkages between their business communities. Minister for Trade Syed Naveed Qamar, in his remarks, expressed the hope that the PTA between Pakistan and Turkey will open up new opportunities to boost bilateral trade across various sectors. He said Turkey has given concessions to Pakistan on 231 tariff lines, while Pakistan has given concession on 130 lines. Later, speaking at the luncheon in honor of the Turkish Minister for Trade, Mehmet Mos, Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif said the agreement will help increase the bilateral trade of the two brotherly countries by $5 billion in next 3 years. He also invited Turkish investors to invest in Pakistan's energy sector, as Turkey has a vast experience in hydropower projects. The Prime Minister said we spend more than $20 billion on fuel import annually that can be decreased by shifting to alternate sources of energy. Shehbaz Sharif said we aim to build 5,000 to 6,000 megawatt solar parks through public-private partnership. Minister for National Food Security Tariq Bashir Chima says the government plans to improve the agriculture sector to bring it at par with international standards. This he stated while presiding over a meeting in Islamabad today. The meeting discussed various proposals in the backdrop of the Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif's upcoming visit to Qatar on 23rd of this month related to joint venture projects. Among various proposals, it was discussed that Pakistan and Qatar can jointly form a company to co-invest in agriculture sector. Moreover, modern farms can be established with the latest technology and techniques to improve the standards of farming. Value addition and food processing were identified as areas through which farmers can benefit. Chairman Senate Sadiq Sanjarani says Pakistan is keen to strengthen bilateral relations with Brazil in all fields including political, economic and defense. Talking to Brazilian ambassador to Pakistan, Alanso Vieira, who called on him in Islamabad today, he said Brazil is the main trading partner of Pakistan in South America. He said volume of bilateral trade, which is currently $1.3 billion, can be enhanced. The chairman Senate said Brazil has investment opportunities in dairy, beef, poultry, halal food sector, pharmaceutical, agriculture and IT sectors in Pakistan. Army Chief General Qamar Javed Bajwa has stressed to maintain consensus on the collective defense of global commons and uphold the prestige of international law to maintain the world peace. Addressing the passing out ceremony of cadets at Royal Military Academy, United Kingdom today, he said, "In case we fail to do that, we may end up destroying the beautiful world that we have." The COAS said as a direct consequence of the onset of a fourth industrial revolution, dual-use technologies and niche capabilities led by artificial intelligence are fundamentally altering the character of future war. The Army Chief said, as a leader today, cadets need to have courage and ability to take difficult decisions and then accept full responsibility. This is Radio Pakistan. All is set to celebrate Diamond Jubilee, the 75th Independence Day of Motherland, on Sunday with renewed zeal and fervour to rejoice the feeling of living in a free country. The day will dawn with a 31-gun salute at the federal capital and 21-gun salute at all provincial capitals. Special prayers will be offered in mosques at dawn for peace, solidarity and prosperity of the country. Roadside stalls selling the flags, badges, stickers and clothes for adults and children alike have been set up in almost all cities of the country. National flag has been hoisted on the roofs of different public buildings across the country. Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif will officially launch the re-recorded national anthem at the flag hoisting ceremony on Sunday. Radio Pakistan and Pakistan Television will highlight the services of Pakistan movement heroes on the day and pay tributes to their extraordinary contributions for making Pakistan a reality. Pakistan Embassy in Beijing has realized 4 in a series of 7 mini-documentaries during the last 2 days on Chinese social media platform to celebrate the Diamond Jubilee of Pakistan's independence. About 2 minutes duration each, the videos explore the rich repertoire of Pakistani food, handicrafts and festival with a presentation of culinary delights and handmade rarities, ranging from basmati rice to carpets and Mahor-themed sculptures. Pakistan has regretted India's blatant politicization of the counter-terrorism efforts and processes under the United Nations Security Council. Responding to media queries during his weekly news briefing in Islamabad today, Foreign Office spokesperson Asim Iftikhar Ahmed said this is not the first time India politicized the issue of listing of terrorists by the UN Security Council's Sanctions Committee. Rejecting India's misleading and malicious reports about the Sanctions Committee meeting, he said this act is in violation of rules regarding confidentiality of the committee meetings and due process. The Foreign Office spokesperson said Pakistan remained a worst victim of terrorism and has been submitting irrefutable evidence in the United Nations Security Council regarding India's involvement in coordinating terror activities inside Pakistan. All Parties Hurriyat Conference has appealed to the people of Indian illegally occupied Jammu and Kashmir to observe India's Independence Day on Monday as a Black Day to convey a message to international community that New Delhi continues to deny them their inalienable right to self-determination. In a statement in Srinagar, APHC said people of a territory would observe complete shutdown and a civil curfew on Monday to express their resentment against Indian illegal occupation of their homeland. The United Nations has termed the killing of innocent Palestinians as deeply disturbing and unconscionable. In a statement, United Nations High Commissioner for Human Rights Michelle Bachelet expressed an alarm that the large number of Palestinians, particularly children, who have been killed and injured by Israeli forces in occupied Palestinian territory. She said Israeli forces have so far martyred 40 Palestinian children in occupied territories, including 19 children in last week alone. And finally, the weather report. Rain with wind and thunder showers expected in most parts of Sindh, Balochistan, while at scattered places in South Punjab and isolated places in Abu Khyber Pakhtunkhwa, Gilgit-Baltistan and Kashmir during the next 12 hours. However, heavy falls are also likely in Sindh and Balochistan during the period. And that is the end of the news. For more news and analysis, log on to our website radio.gov.pk and also watch live video streaming of our bulletin on the link facebook.com/Radio Pakistan News Official.